stop. No. Yeah, sometimes that gets so irritating. I know last time we were talking about like being able to say no to the kids. But now it's like, what do you do when the kid doesn't stop saying no? They've learned that word and it seems to be the terrible twos or terrific threes or whatever y'all are calling it these days. That once they learn the no, they're like, no, like they've got the power now.
Okay, but the terrible twos, the tremendous threes, like whatever, like you said, whatever you have labeled it,
More
um,
labels.
more labels. So, but that's a normal growth and development milestone. That
Mhm.
is not, now, you got an 8-year-old doing it. I see that as a different thing.
That's what do they call it now? What no, what is it called? Oppositional defiance disorder.
Yeah, that's not what oppositional defiance disorder
I
is.
call it being a brat.
I call it being a brat.
Yeah.
Right. And this is one where um, I think we talked a little bit last time about turning no into a game and, like, no,
Hmm.
and you don't mean no. No has no power. So, again, it's getting parroted back because that's what has happened. No, 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 no.
Okay, so you think parents are saying no too often and that's what is coming back at them? Or is the kid just learning his own autonomy? Is he just learning that he has the power to say no and
Okay,
you need to listen to him now?
that's a really good question. Here's a like, and it kind of, for me, this ties in with too many choices
Hmm.
and
Oh, okay.
the idea that the children then are the one who are making the decisions. I was working with a
Mm.
kiddo, he was like 8 or 9, and he had significant anxiety. And we were talking about it, and he was very concerned about always having to decide what the family ate. And I was like, Okay, explain this. Because mom, very well meaning, would give him choices. Okay, you can have this or you can have this. He
Hmm.
felt he was responsible for deciding what the whole family was eating. Instead of like feeling like, okay, it's my turn to have some input, but it's not my decision. He had this overwhelming weight on him that he was the one deciding what everybody was going to eat.
Mm.
And
That's
so,
tough.
yeah, I mean, like that's a lot of pressure as an adult to decide what everybody's gonna have for
I
supper.
know. I don't like adulting.
I don't
Poor
either.
kid has to do it.
And
Wow.
but because of that choice thing, and so like no started to become an answer where he
Mm.
just was like, I don't even want to hear the question. I don't want to think about it. Just no, 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 no.
So for him, it was like a defense mechanism
For him, it was.
for him.
For him. And but
Okay.
of course it's not coming across as a defense mechanism. It's coming across for him as a spoiled brat. And
Yeah.
and then mom not recognizing what the trigger even is making things worse with, well, we could have, mac and cheese, or we could have dino bites, or we could all of like, and just kept piling on more and more choices, and all that
Yeah.
was make it. So it's like, how about he can only pick, one night a week the food, and the rest of the time, this is it. Other
That
people
sounds like
get
a
to
good
pick.
compromise. Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, but like he needs the autonomy." And I'm like, "Is he cooking the food?" Well, no, I'm cooking. And she was cooking like 4 different meals for everybody. Like, I'm not a short order cook.
No,
So
no.
at 8, he should be able to assemble his own sandwich. So if what's for supper is not okay, he can make his own. But that
Right.
had never even come into their minds yet, that that was a possibility. I'm like,
Remember when we were growing up, it was this is what's for dinner or
or
nothing
or nothing. Our choice was supper or hungry.
or not. Yeah. And
That
we
was,
quickly learned that onion and liver and onions isn't all that bad.
I'm not sure I can go that far.
I
I draw
we
the
went
line
through a lot
there.
of ketchup on those nights.
My mother only tried it once. And we were like, this is not steak. This is not, I don't know
Yeah,
what it is, but
no.
this is not
Oof.
that. But
Why did they think liver and onions was so good though? Good for you, maybe? I'm sorry, I digress, but
No, we can, and we'll digress briefly. I think it had a lot to do with the coming out of the Depression era, where
oh,
they,
true,
you
yeah.
know, they were utilizing everything that they could. And, like if your
Yeah.
choices were liver or don't eat for a week, I'd probably go with liver.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that would have been the thing too, is I ate it begrudgingly, but I knew, I mean, when my mom said this or nothing, she meant it.
Yeah, that's what she meant. But people have also gotten, completely away from the idea that kids are able to have any kind of contribution. And so the
Hmm.
idea that even at, 7, 8, 9, like they can't pour a bowl of cereal, they can't put a Pop-Tart in. Not that I'm advocating those in any remote way as being
Right. No,
healthy choices at all, but the fact of the matter is that moms should not be short order cooks. Most
no.
parents are working parents now and they're juggling careers and childcare and family and all of these things, and maybe just fixing one meal and having everybody like, okay, Tuesday you get to give me input, but I'm still the one
Mhm.
that's buying it and preparing it. I get the final say.
Also, I would think, and again, age appropriate, but I would think that at some point, let the kid cook a meal for the week. And yeah,
Absolutely.
it could be scrambled egg sandwiches for everybody for
Right,
dinner. Who cares?
right.
It's
Well,
like let
and
the kid, and that way they learn their autonomy. They learn some really important skills, some life skills with that too.
right.
And
And the problem is like a lot of the parents who grew up with chores and didn't like them are like, I'm never gonna make my kid do that. And so I'm like, it's an uphill battle then, because you've got parents who are like, no, that's bad for them. And like, learning a life skill is bad for your child. I'm not tracking that logic,
yeah.
but
Well, again, trying to make their life so easy. And I still think it goes back to like the adult is trying to be their friend. It's like
right,
you cannot, I know we've talked about this so many times, that you cannot be their friend. You will be their friend if you can successfully parent them first,
right.
but you
Parent,
have to parent them first.
you parent
And
now.
mhm,
If you friend now, you have to parent forever.
forever.
You
Right.
parent now, you get to friend forever.
Yeah.
And
But I
people
hear
don't,
go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, people don't connect that.
Yeah. And I hear so much that it's so hard. I don't have any time and I'm so busy. You have really only one job. And I'm sorry, this is probably not going to be popular out there, but you're a parent. That is your number one job. I don't care what you do outside of the house. Parenting is your number one job, period.
Period. And that's the other thing, like that myth that we can have everything. Oh, I
Mhm.
want my career, I want my family, I want this. Okay, yeah, you can have it all. You can't have it all at the same time.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because I mean, like, I remember being a kid and it was like easily 12 or 13 years between Christmas and Easter. Do you remember that? It was like
Mhm.
never ending, right?
Right. Yeah.
And now it's like 10 minutes later, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. Well,
So
we're staring down the holiday season right now as
right,
we speak.
right. And
Here we
time
go.
flies. Your 1 year old, that infant will be an infant for less than a year. And then you've got a
Mhm.
toddler for just a couple years. And then you've got, you know, we keep each one of these, it's just a very tiny amount of time. And if you do it correctly, then you get to have somebody who is well adjusted, helpful, on your side, all of the
Mhm.
things that you want in another human being. And if you do it incorrectly, you have created a completely dependent being that is going to suck the life out of you.
That
And
45-year-old who's still living at home
yes, exactly. Um, and I know some parents that are perfectly okay with that. And
because they can't let go. They can't let go
there,
of their kid. They
there,
can't
that control, there is the control. And we've gotten way away from no.
way away from no.
I don't know if you want to
Well,
revisit
no, we're kind
no.
of no adjacent, I think,
Um, well,
because you were talking about choices and the kid, and I know we've talked about, and I don't know if this kind of has to do with the no, because and we've disagreed on this about the choices, and you said that a little bit earlier. about there's too many choices because I'm thinking, well, if the kid says, no, I don't want that. It's like, well, do you want pancakes or eggs for breakfast? So you have a choice. Or, but you're saying pancakes or nothing?
Yes, I feel like
Okay.
yeah, I used to be fully on board with, oh, we'll give them a choice, pancakes or eggs. And then I started with working with too many kids who were like, that's even that choice is overwhelming. Because
Oh.
like the 8-year-old I was talking about earlier, in
Hmm.
his mind, this choice wasn't just for him. He was deciding for everyone, and that was way too much
Right.
responsibility. He didn't want that responsibility. Um, I also feel like it has like given here's the other thing that I've seen happening. You give them a couple of choices, and then at a certain stage of development, they realize, oh, there is another choice. Mom said pancakes or eggs, and mom's thinking preparing pancakes or eggs, right?
Hmm.
Kid
Right.
says, no, I want French toast. Or I want this. I want mac and cheese. I want because now they're
Mhm.
learning that, oh, hey, wait a minute. I am the one in charge. So it can go the other way as well, where
Okay,
now
gotcha.
you're creating a small dictator who is like, gimme the this. It's all about me and what I want. Because
Oh, yeah,
everything
because
is my what here,
this is what
sire, what
mom's
would you like?
comfortable. Yeah, here's what's mom's comfortable with. I'm gonna throw mom off and I'm gonna do me. Ah, you're brilliant.
No, I'm just paying attention to
That's awesome. Yeah.
and
Well, but then I see that in the classroom where the teacher says, okay, so here's our agenda for this week. This is what we're gonna do. And kid
right,
says, you're
right.
funny.
Right. And has the idea that they can negotiate with you because they
Yes.
can negotiate at home.
That's what I'm the mean teacher. You never teach us anything. It's like,
Yeah, me. How dare you insist on things like grammar in an English class?
I know,
Kim,
right?
what are you thinking?
That wasn't my choice.
I chose not to put the apostrophe there. Um,
Yeah.
well,
Okay, I
but
see what you're saying. Yeah, that makes total sense then.
right. And it's the same thing like one little
And in
girl.
sense, that's the kid saying no, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the kid saying no to eggs, no to pancakes, it's completely changing the agenda.
Right.
And
Okay.
it's also the perfect way to set up really picky eaters because
Ooh,
if you're always
right.
catering to like, oh, all they eat is mac and cheese. Well, that's because that's all they demand and you're giving into that demand.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do we all like I don't know, like I've never seen a baby who actually liked to eat beets, but we still have lots of
No, but that's why you give them
babies.
that first.
So like it's okay, that's really smart.
Yeah. Give them the icky veggies first and then start giving them the sweet because then they're like, now they're
Oh,
used to
this is yummy. And anytime they start backing down, you bump up the beet consumption again. That's
it.
a
Hmm.
really good idea. That's some reverse psychology in action. And
Yeah.
but kind of back to boundaries in this, like a personal
Hmm.
boundary I had with my kids was you have to have 3 bites of a new food before we'll move on from it
Hmm.
because you anybody can take 1 bite and be like, oh, I don't like this. So
Right.
3 bites, and then okay, you tried it. I'm willing to acquiesce that no squash for you.
Yeah. I think we called that the no thank you bite. I don't know. I didn't invent that. I don't know where I got it from, but I think the kids actually came home from school with it once. Said you have to take a no thank you bite. Like you have to try it, and
Yeah,
then they'll try it. And it's like, oh, okay, that's not
right,
so bad.
right. And the reason that because I like a lot of times the first bite there is new texture, there's new flavor,
Hmm.
there's new stuff, and so that's why I was like 3 because
That
that
makes
gives you a
sense,
little bit of time to adjust to it and really kind of
right?
make up your mind. And
Hmm.
that's one of the things that like I don't think that parents realize that they're doing in some of these situations is that even giving the kids like these are your choices, you're like you think you're allowing them to make up your mind, but you're creating more dependence because
Hmm.
who's going to narrow down the choices for me throughout my life? And
Oh, good point. Yeah.
over time, mac and cheese, mac and cheese, mac and cheese, mac and cheese, and then I never have to think about it. I never have to worry about it. I never have to try anything new. And that all that does is just increase anxiety because everything new is scary.
Yeah, because when mac and cheese isn't on the menu at school in the cafeteria, now you're standing there having to make a choice between something else and you freeze because you don't know what else there is.
Right, exactly.
Truth. Yeah.
Like I think it depletes the ability to have resilience. I mean, like, I think it alters how people can logic.
Yeah. Would you also say that as transference? Because we talk about that a lot in education, like transference. So you learn this skill or this, yeah, you learn this skill, then you can't transfer that over. Like I can do it while I'm reading this story, but I can't transfer that same information to this story because I've always been like in the classroom. Oh, choose what you want to read. Choose what makes you comfortable. We're only going to work on the skills that you're comfortable with. It's like that doesn't work. You never get better. You never grow.
Right. No, exactly. And you're exactly right. As far as like the transference, that's a developmental skill that happens, at a certain stage.
Mm-hmm.
But what precipitates it is some of the successes, some of the activities that you can transfer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you cannot like successfully try a new food, then you've never learned that, like, okay, half of the foods I try, I might actually like.
You'll never become a gourmet cook if you only try mac and cheese.
Right. Um, there are, it's an interesting, and I'm probably going to get myself in a lot of trouble here, but it's an interesting concept to consider, like, are we actually creating a generation of autistic people?
Oh my gosh, that's so funny you say that because I used to call that um something autism social autism when people
Well,
are on their cell phones like they're just so focused on one thing. Social
oh,
autism, I think is what I
oh,
called it.
it's just too overwhelming. All of the sounds. Oh, it's just too overwhelming. And I mean,
Hmm.
like, like, I would never take a child to a shooting range or anything,
Right.
but like, kids that are never exposed to other things never learn, I can handle this, and so then they can't handle it. Simple
Hmm.
things like going to a baseball game, open air, lots of noise, right? Lots of,
Hmm.
okay, instead of like going and experiencing it and having a conversation and seeing everybody, oh no, put your earmuffs on, put your protectors on, oh it's okay, we'll leave, we'll.
Isolation. Yeah.
So now we've taught them that they don't have to learn how to handle anything bigger or louder. They don't have to do these things because they're dependent on mommy and daddy. Mommy and daddy are going to take care of everything forever.
Hmm.
And that's what they're lining themselves up to do.
To make them feel comfortable, to make them feel safe, to make them feel seen.
Right.
And
And I mean, obviously, we're not advocating, make your child be hungry and tired and cold.
oh, heck no. See,
Obviously
and
not.
but that's the thing that come up with all of the trends in
Right.
parenting is like it's an all or nothing kind of thing. They never talk about, and by the way, speaking of, and I'm just going to throw this out there, probably get us both in trouble on this one, but I have yet to find any empirical data advocating gentle parenting. It's all anecdotal.
It's all anecdotal, or
If you find anything, please let me know in the
it's
comments. Anybody out there,
right.
please give me the empirical data that shows that it works. And that's what, Cheri, do you want to talk about the survey? Would this be a
Uh,
good time to talk about that?
sure. Or you talk while I find the QR
Okay.
code.
So in saying that, we actually are doing a study about how well gentle parenting is helping parents to cope with their anxiety and how helpful it is for parents to have that guidelines for you. And so we've got this survey and it says that it takes a while to do, but I think Cheri, the professional reason why that is. But in actuality, we've had a couple of people test drive it and it only takes about 10 minutes to do the entire thing. So it might look daunting, but it really doesn't. And we've got a QR code. And if you go to our Facebook page, parenting is not a trend, it'll be there as well.
And now I can't find the right button to share the screen. Of course.
And y'all have to bear with us because we were not born with the tech gene.
That's
We're
right.
Gen X.
We're the
We
ones
don't
that
know how to do
ruined
this.
it. Give me where's my garden hose?
Right.
Okay, here we go. I got it now. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Should be up now. So this is
Yeah.
the QR code, and like Kim was saying, we did have people test drive it. It should be about 15 minutes. We would love to hear what's working for you and what's not working for you because things are
Because
not
we're trying to gather the empirical data to help out gentle parenting.
right. Exactly.
That it really does work. So, and we just want to know how it's working. And yeah, we're just trying to do an actual study to find out the good parts.
Exactly. All right. In the meantime, just parent.
Just parent.
Just parent. It's not a trend.
It's not. Love your kids.
Love your kids. Love yourself. Love your
Love
spouse.
yourself. Yeah, give yourself some grace. You're good at